Hello everybody, I'm Joe from Joe's Steaks. This is Joe's Steaks, Tarsdale Avenue. This is the original. We have a second location in Fishtown at Girard Avenue. We've been here since 1949. We sell authentic cheesesteaks, originally American cheese with onions. We also have a variety of other stuff, but we're famous for our milkshakes, extra thick milkshakes, and our cheesesteaks, which are made with ribeye steaks, made to order. So come and see us.
Joe's Steak and Soda Shop, Torresdale Avenue, Northeast Philly, one of the stalwarts of the Philadelphia cheesesteak scene since 1949. 2 owners since 1949. Let me say that again. 2 owners since 1949. Still making great cheesesteaks, great milkshakes. This is one of those places that if you went there 10 years ago, you can go there tomorrow. And then you can go there 10 years from now, you're going to get the same cheesesteak and the same milkshake. And once COVID's over, you can go inside and see the phone booth, rotary phone. Who has one of those?
So the Cheesesteak Adventure March Cheesesteak Madness continues. Torresdale Avenue, Joe's since 1947. All right, Joe's the original. We'll get them.
All right.
Nice. So just starting off, there's a lot of mushrooms on this one.
This is a good steak. You can really taste the steak meat. Also that subtle taste of mushroom, which I really like, really comes out.
Yeah, the meat's nice and tender. I love the salt and pepper on it. Yeah, very good. Not a seeded roll, but very firm roll, so it's kind of perfect.
Yeah, it's firm but not seeded. It is a little greasy.
I like the grease. I like it. It's not on the roll; it's on the meat. So it's a good amount.
You're weird.
I think this is a great. I mean, it's a great classic steak in the Northeast.
This is classic Philly. That's what this is.
Yeah.
This is a classic Philly steak. When you talk about where to get a cheesesteak from, this is what you're expecting to get.
Yeah, I think part of getting a steak here is that it's Joe's. It's always going to be on the top of the list. So it definitely adds to it.
Classic steak. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, very good overall steak. I ate all mine. Yeah, the mushrooms weren't too bad. I want to get it on my cheesesteak like the other place, but it wasn't too bad.
Hey, how you doing? Hi, how are you? Anthony and Vince Dattilo from Dattilo's Deli. We've been here since 1973. Have a full line of pastas, breads, hoagies, cheesesteaks, full line of delicatessen, fresh meats. Please come see us anytime. We're open 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday, 8:30 to 6, and Sunday 8:30 to 2.
Come see you soon. Take care.
Thank you.
Dattilo Deli, Northeast Philly. This is one of those places that just doesn't get enough credit for their cheesesteaks. At least I don't hear about it. Heard about it once, and I'm glad I did, and I'm glad I went. I wish they had a bathroom and inside seating because I'm old and need those things. But it's a deli. They have great meats. They have great rolls. They have great cheese. They have fresh condiments, fresh pickles, and everything else that you could want. And it's funny. Everybody goes there for everything else, and they forget to get the cheesesteak. Very good cheesesteak, very well made. Dattilo, one of my faves.
March Cheesesteak Madness. Bustleton and Ron. Horrocks. Dattilo. Dattilo, beautiful day for Dattilo. God, look at the guest eaters. Guest judges just getting ready to work.
That's right.
Really full. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, I already like the roll. I mean, I love cedar rolls, but
I
the roll.
love cedar rolls.
Oh, it's always greasy. All right. See, this one's a lot different. The meat, I think the meat take over this one. Cheese is very good too, but the meat is so good.
Oh man, this meat, it's perfect. Tender, really.
It's got a lot of flavor to it.
Yeah, there's a lot of flavor to that meat. Oh, it's perfect. And you can taste the mushrooms. It's subtle, but you can taste them.
Is that American? It's definitely American.
Or Cooper Sharp, maybe.
It is Cooper. A lot. This meat's a lot better than some other cheesesteak places I've had.
Yeah. Also, the cheese isn't overpowering. It's a great complement to each other. This is a great steak. This is really good.
So overall, this is a very good cheesesteak for a foot long for the price. Tons of meat. The roll is perfect. Jim said it all really works well together. Just a very solid cheesesteak.
Yeah, everything complements each other. This is just a great steak. Yeah, loving it.
Taking this roll. It collapses nicely so it doesn't push stuff out.
Yeah.
It's got really good flavor.
So take 22. It's Northeast Life with Philadelphia Cheesesteak Adventure for the March Cheesesteak Madness Round 2 Philadelphia region. That took like 25 times, so I'm glad I finally got that right.
You stumbled on Northeast Life.
I said Northeast Life, so that works.
So just to remind everybody, last round we had Cafe Carmela up against Dattilo, and Dattilo ended up edging out Cafe Carmela, you know, just by a slim margin, and then Joe's up against Fat Moms.
Yeah, and Dattilo came out on top of that one.
It was Joe's came out on top of that one, which then put us leaves us with Dattilo's against Joe's. So we have, you know, the classic Italian deli versus the classic Philly cheesesteak of the Northeast. Yeah, so
this is going to be, for me, I'm not going to say right away what I picked, but probably the biggest surprise for me. I think I had a predisposed opinion going into this, what I'd pick. Just going down the list again, we measured it based on roll, meat, cheese, extras, and experience. Starting with the rolls, the Dattilo was a seeded roll, and Joe's was not a seeded roll.
Although both were crispy.
And both were very firm.
Yeah, neither one was particularly soggy, and both I thought were full of meat. You know, I didn't think either one was lacking of meat. I did think that the spice blend, or however they cooked the meat at Dattilo's, really did bring out the perfect meat flavor.
Yeah, so the cheesesteak at Dattilo's is a foot long. I think it's like $6.50, $6.75 or something like that. There was a lot of meat in it, and I think we said in the previous one they didn't know we were coming or ordering, so I was surprised. I've never gotten a cheesesteak. I've always gotten hoagies and different things from there. So in terms of the meat, I was more impressed with the meat at Dattilo's. The seasoning was better. It was probably my favorite part of the sandwich. I mean, Joe's is just, it's a very good steak, but Dattilo's definitely won out for me for that.
Yeah, I have to agree there. It was really good. You know, in looking at the cheese, I thought that Dattilo's had like the perfect amount of cheese. It was complementary to the sandwich as opposed to Joe's. It was a good cheese they used. It was, I don't know if it was American or Cooper Sharp.
American.
It was American. It was nice, it was melted. A little more than I would have liked. You know, if you put too much, then it becomes about the cheese, and that's just not what I'm looking for on the sandwich.
I'm going to call it even on the cheeses. I really like the cheese at Joe's. It's nice, salty American cheese, just classic. That's the cheese that Joe said he goes with. It's a classic Joe steak cheesesteak when you ask them.
And the mushrooms.
Yeah, and
Your favorite?
Don't like mushrooms, but the mushroom, there was a lot of mushrooms on the Joe's steak. I'm not a fan of mushrooms already, so it's probably a little bit more than I would like.
So to clarify, you're not a fan, but like you can eat them. Like it's not that you're gonna gag them.
No. But I think the mushrooms on the Dattilo steak added to it. I think it distracted me a little bit on the Joe's.
There were a lot of mushrooms on the Joe's steak, and I do like mushrooms. As any of our followers know, I am the one who posts mushroom dishes. But you know, I think they could have been just grilled slightly longer for a better flavor. But I do like that they put a lot of mushrooms on the sandwich. That's definitely a win. I mean, again, you are ordering it with mushrooms, so why not have them? You know, the actual experience I felt was fairly similar between the two places.
One's a classic deli, one's a classic steak shop. It's basically the same, nothing fancy.
Right.
You can, during the summertime, it is nice to sit outside at Dattilo, have a beer and a hoagie or cheesesteak.
It's true. Dattilo does serve, I shouldn't say serve, they sell beer that you can then take outside, whereas you could get a milkshake at Joe's.
Yeah, so probably about, you're pretty even on the experience.
Yeah.
At the end of it, what was your number one?
So, this was a tough one because I came into it thinking, of course, Joe's is going to win, but I actually put Dattilo's at the top. I think Dattilo's wins.
My list ranking was going to be Cafe Carmela, Joe's, and then maybe Dattilo,'s. And Dattilo,'s is what I go with. I think it was the best cheesesteak in the Northeast.
Yeah, I'll definitely be going back. I mean, that said, I'll go back to all of them, but Dattilo,'s, I think, is the clear winner.
Yep.